Yes, no, I think our wages was about 30 shillings, 5 shillings bonus, and I think it was 5 shillings for, what's the name? Well, then, of course, they kept saying, oh, why don't you come down to WOOLWICH Arsenal? You'll get plenty of money down there. Well, of course, over 21, they was earning good money, but, of course, I might have been just about 18 then, but, of course, we didn't know that. So, of course, the crowd of us all went down to Woolwich. Well, when we got in there, because all the fitters, like, it was a great big machine shop. Well, that's when I went there. We were in what they called CF5, that's Cartridge Factory 5, that was like making bullets, you know. And, of course, all the men in there, none of them had been to the war. See, they were all like civvies, and of course all earning pretty good money as regards the money in those times, you know. Of course, when all us kids walked in with our bright yellow faces, you know, they said, where you been? I said, mind your own business. I said, why aren't you in the war? You know, sending them all out to the war, you know. Anyhow, we wasn't at war. Then from there, we used to work 12 hours, from 7 in the morning to 7 at night, 7 at night to 7 in the morning. Always.
Sometimes you had to do in the day and sometimes at night?
Yes, we used to do, I think it was we used to do 13 days out of 14. You do 13 days like 7 to 7, and then you'd have 1 day off, that's all, and then from like the night time, 7 at night to 7 in the morning. That's what we used to do there, very hard that was there. Well, it wasn't so much hard, it was the long hours. And all our roofs, like, I don't know about the other factories, but in CF5 where I worked, it was all glass. So every night they used to come round and put like little oil lamps. Because because they never used to have the air raids then like they have now, see. But sometimes they get as far as the coast, see. Well, of course, as I say, they never had the swiftness like they didn't. And so they used to turn them back. But we always got the warning, see. So as soon as they had the warning, they used to plunge us in darkness, and all these little oil lamps were alight every night, so that you could just wend your way out, like in the darkness, like you just see like black figures running out of the factory. You know what I mean? See, because they was afraid of this glass. See, and the head one there was Lilian Barker, and I think later on she was the head. You might be able to find out. She was the head of one of our women's prisons. Good while after the war. I don't suppose she's alive now because she was a woman like then, you know, but she was strict, but she was a good woman, because there was a lot of girls pregnant there, like, because, you know, the Arsenal's a massive great place, you know, and a lot of these poor kids came from up north, you know, and, you know, they were more simple Simons. She was ever so good to them, and I know she came round or sent word round our factory to ask us if we'd all give her a shilling or something, and we all refused because, you know, we thought it was disgusting for girls to be pregnant in those times. So she stopped our sugar rations. I think she was giving everyone in the factory £1 or £2 of sugar that Christmas, you know what I mean? And because we refused to give her the shilling, we never got none. But she was very, very honest and very good. And she used to say to us girls, she used to come round sometimes, she used to say, and if any girls were making up, she'd say, take that stuff off, you know, use a drop of soap and water, she used to say, because I never used to, because I was always ugly, you know, but some of the girls were quite pretty and they used to doll themselves up. So she used to say to us, now, if ever you go in the canteen and they're profiteering, now you come straight to me. So we all flew up in the canteen one night, you know, and they had all saucers on, you know, like on the buffet, you know, tuppence a saucer, and I thought it was golden syrup. Well, you know, you get a big tin of syrup for about 6p. So I said, because I was always the ringleader, I said, I'm not paying tuppence for that. I said, I'm going to take that over to Lilian Barker, show them that they're profiteering, you know. So over I went with my saucer, like after I'd had my dinner. This was about 12 o'clock at night. And you couldn't get into a hut, you know, there was a chap outside. So he said, what do you want? I said, I want to see Lilian Barker, or Lady Barker, or some name I called her. And it's right, so she gave me an interview, you know, I went in, so I said, what do you want, you know, just like that. So I said, Lady Barker, I said, they're charging tuppence for this over the canteen. She said, well, what about it? I said, tuppence, I said, for this. She said, well, what's it supposed to be? I said, it's golden syrup. Go out of it, you idiot. She said, that's honey. So it wasn't there for tuppence, really, you know. But, and there was a young girl there, she was about 19, little Lil. Now, she was married, and her husband was missing. He hadn't been out there 5 minutes. So. Well, us two, because she didn't care, neither did I, because I had a lovely dad behind me, he said to me, girl, never let anyone take it out of you while you've got your father, mate, because you'll never go short of a shilling, you know, it's good, my dad. So we were always up in the office with complaints. So when we used to go up there, there'd be about 6 men sitting, because we was all numbered, you know, like a soldier. They never used to ask us, and they'd get the book, you know, 296, so they knew our numbers straight away. Anyway, our money come right down to nothing almost, about £1, I think, as far as I can remember. It was very, very low, I know.
Your wages?
Yes, very low. And, of course, we all started kicking up a shindy, you see, so the men, because they were already in the union, see, us women wasn't in the union, so I know they stopped all the machinery, and one bloke stood up on a wooden box, and he said, look, girls, he said, until you get into a union, you'll never get your wages right. So, of course, we all joined the workers' union, see. And our money went up from, I should think, well, as far as I can remember, it went up quite a bit. I think it went up about another 30 shillings. I think it was about £2.10, which was a lot of money then, you know. Although, as I say, we work 12 hours a day. Well, of course, a lot of the girls wanted to put me and this young kid, like, as shop stewards, because we were the two that used to fight for them all. But, of course, some of the older ones, they said, they ain't been here 5 minutes, see, so we refused to go out and fight any battles for them out there. I said, well, if you want to do the work, you do it. Because we didn't mind at all, you know. As I say, she had her army pay and I had a good deputy army that we didn't mind. Well, in any case, they wouldn't have sacked us because they could, well, I don't say they couldn't get them, but they was out for everybody that they could, see what I mean, love? And one night there, well, we always used to like the warnings to go off before 10 o'clock because Bedford Square used to be full of soldiers, you know. We used to have a good old... Nothing wrong, no, in those times they didn't do nothing wrong like they do now, do they? But, of course, if we used to run down to... We used to work at Plumstead Bridge, you see. But if we used to run down to Bedford Square, of course, it used to be alive with soldiers. And, of course, us in our khaki, we was the centre of attraction, you can bet your life. They say, come here, kids, let's have a look at your new trousers, And, we used to toss our old head up and, think we was with cat's whiskers, Yes, now what else can I tell you? Where our factory was, right facing was the hospital, you could see them. I know one night there was a raid and we were still on like day work. It wasn't 7 o'clock at night, so of course they all ran, and in the danger buildings, the girls all ran out, and there was a young girl there courting a sailor. The girl that ran out left all the powder in the oven. See, because she ran out and Sissy Peters went on at night on the night duty. Of course, she opened the door and it blew both her eyes out. Yes, but I don't. They did say that the chap stood by, but of course I don't know him. But of course they got up a big collection for her. But both her eyes were blown out. Poor little devil. Yeah.
Were there other accidents?
Oh, crowds there, girl. But of course it was all hushed up. You see, I don't remember any at Slays Green. Although we had all that TNT there, I don't remember any there. But oh yes, because we were right facing the hospital. I remember one night about 6 ambulances come along. See, what they wouldn't tell you because they'd be afraid people would leave, you see.
Did they ask you not to tell people that you knew about what was going on?
No, nothing was said about that. No. Nothing like the Second War, keep silent. No, nothing like that, love. No, because I don't think they had any those signposts removed or nothing like that not like they did in the second, because they more or less thought we was going to be invaded in the second. And no, there was nothing like that. But that Lilian, she was abrupt, ever so abrupt, but she was a good woman. She was, really. Well, what could I say? She was a proper leader. The job what she had, she was, and I'm sure she was made a governor of one of the prisons. I don't know where I read it, but I thought, that's that one that, used to be in WOOLWICH Arsenal. Yeah.
Did you keep working on bullets the whole time, or did they give you different jobs?
No, on bullets. All the time I was in the Arsenal, yes, I was on bullets the whole time there.